The church was just born and immediately trouble comes. There are two believers who were just watching what was unfolding, how everybody had everything in common, how Barnabas was giving a big contribution to the church, and things were going pretty good, pretty well. So these two believers, they decided that they wanted to be a part of the excitement. They decided that they wanted to be seen, to be applauded, to be celebrated in a similar way to how Barnabas was being celebrated because of his gift. So they hatched a scheme, and the effect of the scheme was pretty much to sell the property, to give a portion of it, and to give the impression that they gave everything. The scheme is unfolding, and as the husband comes, he falls down at the apostles' feet, dead. The text says a few hours later, the wife comes in. And I want us to just think a little bit what happens in those few hours. Was it that the church was so gripped with fear that nobody dared to talk to Sapphira, the wife, who was obviously oblivious to what was happening and to what happened? Nobody was close enough to warn her of impending gloom, indeed, impending danger. Nobody in the church could stop by her house and say to her, "Sister, what happened? Your husband is dead." What was happening in a church where there was nobody seemingly willing to take a message, to take a news to a sister that her husband was dead? What was happening in a church where it was easier for some men to pick up the body of a dead man, go and bury him, than for somebody to go to a living woman and say, to avoid death, here is what you have to face? What crippled that church that day? What caused that church not to have responded to a woman who obviously had done wrong, obviously had acted inappropriately, obviously had acted incorrectly? But there was nobody to save her from the moment. There was nobody to rescue her. There was nobody to stand on her behalf. There was nobody in that church community to save her from death. It's as if the die was cast. It's as if the church thought it was okay that Sapphira should die for what happened. Is there a place for intervention when the worst has happened? When the church member has done the unimaginable? Is there a place to call out and to stop the hand of death, even in the most dastardly of circumstance, in the interest of humanity, in the interest of perhaps saving some children who may have been a part of that family from not only the death of their father, but now the death of their mother? What was it that made members silent? What was it that made members so fearful that it didn't seem that anyone was willing to risk talking to her to risk saving her.